Hey everyone, this is David Brown with the migration update for May 18th, 2025 from the Derby Hill Hawkwatch. Today was cool and rainy with a strong westerly wind, so the Hawkwatch was not conducted. However, I did go out and do some lake watching for about 4 hours. Here we have a large tern with a very thick reddish bill. We see a completely white upper surface to the wings. This is a Caspian tern. Caspian tern was definitely the bird of the day. There were a lot of gulls and terns flying into that strong westerly wind, and I used a clicker, and I stopped once I got to 600 Caspian terns. Here we have a smaller species of tern with a thinner reddish bill. We see a medium gray upper surface to the wings with some black towards the wingtips, and we see a longer tail. This is a common tern. There were a good number of gulls on the move today as well, and the majority of them were ring-billed gulls, such as this one. I would estimate that about 1/10 of the gulls going by were American herring gulls, such as this one that's molting. Here we have an immature gull with a darker brown upper surface to the wings and a thin black bill. This is a lesser black-backed gull, and we had around 5 of these go by. Here we have a much smaller gull. It's a bit out of focus, but we can see a thin black bill, a black dot behind the eye. We see a bit of a weak M patterning to the upper wing, including a completely dark trailing edge to the wings and a dark tip to the tail. This is an immature Bonaparte's gull. Altogether, for my lake watching, I had 30 species. Taking a look at the forecast for tomorrow, it's looking sunny with a few passing clouds with a high around 50 and northwest winds at 10 to 20 miles per hour. So those are south lookout winds, but I would expect only light migration. Maybe some turkey vultures will be on the move, but that's a fairly strong wind from an unfavorable direction. Tuesday's looking pretty similar, intervals of clouds and sun with a high of 53 and north-northwest winds at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Again, light migration. And for Wednesday, morning rain showers and then a steady rain with a high in the mid-50s. Winds east-southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. So normally that would be considered a good wind, but it's not really getting very warm, which has me worried. And it looks like the rain will prevent much of a raptor flight anyway. So probably very little, if any, migration on Wednesday unless that forecast changes. All right, at least today was a nice day to sleep in after a lot of very early mornings getting up to look at warblers, and I really enjoy these days that I get to spend a few hours lake watching. There's always cool birds flying by, and it's a nice change from the standard hawk watching. And unfortunately, it looks like the weather's not going to improve very much coming up for the hawk watch, but it's still May and there's still a lot of birds around, so don't stay home. Get out and see where you can find birds. We're coming into the time of year. There should be a lot of shorebirds migrating, so with the rain today, maybe that's knocking some down. So get out birding and hope to see you soon out at Derby Hill. From Lake Birds, this is David Brown. Thanks for watching.